It sounds like the Kings want a king ransom for number 4. No, they want 2 first round picks,
Right.
and a young player. Yeah, there was one that was mentioned with Indiana, and it was like, and Chris Duarte. Well, I'm already giving you number 6
Yeah.
and another first round pick.
Yeah.
Chris Duarte is good. Yeah, like we're giving you like it's one of the better rookies last year. Like I'm like,
One of the 10 or 11 best rookies. Like he's
clearly why would I just throw him in?
yeah,
And that's straight for you.
and it's not like that. I don't know. If the Kings don't want the dude that's going to go forth, and you're only like a few picks back, trade up with the Pistons. Maybe they want less trade up. So it's just, I don't know. The Kings do Kings things, I guess.
That's what they do. And hopefully one of those Kings things is they give us number 4 right up for Jerami Grant. That would be a fantastic scenario for me.
Yeah.
And every day it seems like we hear something about Jerami Grant, even if it's just the same teams being recycled. I know the Heat recently got thrown into the mix as a team interested in Jerami Grant. And for the Pistons, as far as Jerami Grant goes, I do think they're in a no-lose situation. He has 1 year left on his contract, so these spikes coming off the books at the end of the year. You can obviously keep him until the deadline, get him as a rental for a team. Now the value might not be there, which is why they didn't trade him at the trade deadline last year, because they felt like they weren't getting enough in return for him.
Yeah,
they're just going to wait till the draft when it was more clear what assets teams had, how teams might be shaken up a little bit. And with Jerami, I don't know. Do you expect him to be on the Pistons opening night roster?
I guess I would lean towards yes right now, but it's really 50-50, I think. The only reason I say yes is because I think it'd be most fun if we traded him and we never do the most fun thing. Like Bobo not actually ended up being here after being all excited about it. Obviously, it seems like we want like a lottery pick, but it also feels like nobody wants to give us that. It feels like we're holding out the Blazers to throw a 7 or something, but that kind of feels like we're casting our fish out there a little bit too far. But maybe they get desperate and they just do that because they're trying to win now with Simons and Lillard. I mean, they want to keep Lillard happy. It'd be weird to do a rebuild with Lillard still there. And Jerami Grant's going to help you more immediately than a number 7. Well, like you said, the Heat, like the deals that have been linked to the Heat, just that I've seen on Twitter, I guess, not linked to the Heat, but like Duncan Robinson and like a first or 2. Duncan Robinson says a horrible contract, but he's a guy who would be in our rotation. And so if you throw us like 2 future first round picks, why not? But also, yeah, like you said, if Jerami Grant just plays here for a year, maybe we make the play in. Yippee-ki-yay, and then he's expired and we move on. But yeah, why not hold him if there's nothing there, I guess. We don't have to run.
That'd be, and I guess for me, that'd be one of the arguments of why I don't want Jerami Grant here for any games.
Yeah.
He's a pretty solid player.
Yeah, no,
and
I agree with that.
For the Pistons championship window, I don't want them to be good next year. I want them to be bad. I want the super players to play good this year. But I'm trying to get Victor at number 1 or Scoot at number 2 and hope we can really change the trajectory of the franchise. I don't think I expect Jerami Grant to be here. I do expect him to get traded on draft night, even if it's for something that's not overwhelming, because it's just, for me, the best way to build up future assets. And even if it is a Miami Heat thing, where they give you 2 future first-round picks, the Heat are probably going to be pretty good, but maybe 1 year they're not. You can package one of those other picks to try and swing for a player who doesn't want to be in his situation, Zion Williams, just whoever, whoever the next unhappy star is, then you just have more assets to attach to that. That's the trade where a guy like Duncan Robinson, who has that bad contract, he's to get thrown into one of those trades because he would need that high salary to be able to match it. And you get just the Duncan Robinson example. He's probably not good enough to help us win so many games next year. He's obviously a good shooter and to play here, but he's not a difference maker, and he's certainly not going to affect us winning games like Jerami Grant would.
No.
But as we've seen before, Jerami Grant, the Pistons still weren't a very good team.
Jerami Grant's not leading us to a play. We might make the plan because of Cade and the young guys setting up, but it's not like having Jerami Grant on our team is, now we're getting the 10th or 11th. He doesn't put you in no man's land. You can still be really bad with Jerami Grant on your team. Now, will we? Maybe not, because we've got some more pieces now, and he'll probably be our second best player instead of our best player. But like you mentioned, piling up assets to try and make that big fish trade, try and secure an unhappy star like the Lakers did with Anthony Davis, and that swung a championship. Things like that are important, and having assets for that reason is important if you're trying to actually contend in the future. But that even feels a little bit too soon. Like Duncan Robinson, it's not like he has 6 years on his contract.
It's 3 though, right?
It's 3. So yeah, it's 3.
I'm locking that with 2 years. Maybe especially Victor.
That's fair. If we get Victor, I don't think rookie Victor is taking us to the conference line.
Rud.
Yeah, yes.
Tatum did it. or Tatum is it or Kyrie.
Yeah.
Who we talked about earlier. Yeah, I just think I don't know. I was somebody who wanted to trade Jerami Grant after his first really good here in Detroit, saying that he only got 2 more years left or whatever it was. I was like, and I think we can get something back for him. But yeah, after just showed out, felt like the value would. At the time, obviously everybody was loving Grant, and Grant's been nothing but professional in Detroit. He came to Detroit. He said a bunch of good things about wanting to play for Troy Weaver and play for Detroit specifically as a city. So I always respect him for that. But I do think it's in the Pistons' best interest if Jerami Grant is not on the team. It's probably in Jerami Grant's best interest if he's not on the Pistons, because next year he's going to be making the same amount of money whether he's on the Pistons or not. Yeah. So if he can go to a team like the Blazers, not that they're so close to a championship, but just whoever it is.
They want to make the playoffs, though.
Yeah. And you'll let Jerami can show what he can do on a winning team like he did when he was in Denver.
With an expanded role. I'm sure that's how he sees it.
Man on a mission, I'ma get it. You know I be on a what?